Hi everybody, it's Nikki here and welcome to a makeup video. So today it is my update for Pan That Palette. I am taking part in the PANtastic Ladies collaboration for Size Matters using my I Heart Revolution Golden Egg palette, but I'm also continuing from last year's Pan That palette with the PANtastic Ladies that had tiny pans. So I'm doing two palettes this year. And we have a lot of updates. So let's get into them. So starting off with Size Matters first, because that is this year's Pan That Palette theme. I am so excited because, ta-da! I've hit 2 new pans. Look at that. Look. I can't believe it. We are now getting into May and I have 3 pans already on this palette. One of them quite sizable. Look at the size of that. I hit side pan this month as well, and I've hit pan in these two. Now these two do only have a little bit of pan because I've been using them in my eyebrows. Not when I go out. When I leave the house, I use proper eyebrow products like an eyebrow pencil from e.l.f. But when I'm generally just filming or wanting to wear makeup around the house, as I sometimes do, sometimes I like to play with my makeup, play with different looks and things like that. I've been using these because this shade is definitely way too warm brown for my brows normally, but this one is okay. I can get away with this one being an eyebrow powder. But yeah, look at that. So we now have 3 pans in the eyeshadows. We have a couple of dips here. I will admit I haven't really touched these shimmery shades this month. I have been focusing on other eyeshadow like things, but I will hopefully be working on these in the next month. In regards to the highlighters, I had hoped to hit pan on this gold shade here, but I've been working on a different gold shade, which you will see in a moment. So I haven't really had much chance to use this. This is a vibrant gold though. It is proper pigmented, like that is very, very gold. And the other highlighter is that one there. And this is, I can kind of get away with that as a highlighter, kind of, if I'm very, very light-handed. Where's my towel? But generally I don't use these as highlighters. I just count them as eyeshadows. Even for my makeup inventory, I count this as a 7-pan eyeshadow palette because there's just absolutely no way these two are highlighters for my skin tone. So I can use this as a highlighter if I'm light-handed, but yeah, I still count it as an eyeshadow. So look at that. That is so exciting. We have 2 pans this month and side pan on this one. I think that this one is going to be obviously the first one to finish completely, but I'm very excited about that, like so excited for this. Why I've never thought to pan these little eggs before, because they just seem so easy to pan. They're such shallow pans, and they do use up quite quickly. So I'm very hopeful for this palette, and if this can be almost panned or completely panned by the end of the year, I'm thinking that I'll probably have these 2 by the end of the year for sure. But I will definitely finish this shade. I might be able to finish these 2 shades, possibly. The shimmers, I think I could get them partially finished, but whatever happens, this is probably gonna be ending up like my sleek palette and being like a secondary Pan That palette for next year, which I don't mind doing. If it takes me 2 years to pan a palette, I don't mind. But yeah, I'm so excited for this. Like, I'm really excited because look at that. It's just so exciting. So last month, this weighed 49.76 grams and it now weighs 49.57 grams. So only 0.2 of a gram gone, despite hitting pan into two pans. But I'm quite happy with that. I generally try to use this in every makeup look I do. So if I'm not using this in my crease, I'm using these in my brows. If I'm not using any of the eyeshadows, I'm trying to dip into these two shades as an inner corner highlight or something like that. So every eye makeup look I create has something from this palette in every time. So yeah, I'm very happy with my progress with this little egg. It excites me because I have two other eggs that I know now I could easily pan. And that excites me because that means I can get them used up and not get them out of my collection, because it's not like I don't want them, but it makes me excited because I'm happy to own something, get my use out of it, and then have it gone. There's only one or two palettes in my collection that I don't want to use up, but these little things, I don't care if I don't get to keep this forever. I just want to get use out of them. And knowing that I can quite easily use them up, it excites me. It does excite me, because the more palettes I can use up in my collection and move out by using them rather than decluttering, the more new ones I can purchase. So there's no guilt for me using up a palette. So that's all I'm trying to say. A very long-winded way of saying, if I can use up a palette, it doesn't upset me, because I'm excited to then think, oh, well, I can buy a new palette then. So yeah, so that is that one. And then we have my sleek mini palette from the 2019 advent calendar that I got, and this is in the shade Storm. And I hit pan. I hit pan on the gold shade. Look at that. And now I have double pan in this shade. Can you see that? Double pan there and there. And this green has become a bigger pan as well. So much pan. I'm so excited. Like the excitement in me is like euphoric. I needed this. I needed this going into May. I'm so excited that I hit pan on this shade. I do use it as an inner corner highlighter. I have it on today as my inner corner highlight. It's such a beautiful shade, and with this eye look as well, it's just stunning. And I use this as a brow highlight. I kind of put it on and it's too shiny, so I then dust it off and I just get the white sort of cast of the shade rather than the glitter of it. I've used this in a couple of the green looks that I've made throughout the month, but look at that. Look. So with this palette, I'm kind of focusing on the green, this shade, and the gold, and try and finish those off. Once I finish those, I will probably move on to the two pinks. And then once the two pinks are gone, I'm just going to declutter the palette. I'm not interested in the blue and I'm not interested in the black. Those two colours I'm not interested in using. But the rest of the shades in here, I'm definitely interested in using. I think I could definitely finish this one by the end of the year, using it, continuing to use it as a brow highlight. I think I could definitely use this up as an inner corner highlight, and maybe as, you know, a lid colour. The green, I think I could finish the green by the end of the year if I continue to do green eye looks, which I'm probably likely to do now that I've joined the 50 Shades of Green project pan. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna end up finishing that green by the end of the year, with lots of green eye looks that I'm gonna be creating. And as I say, the pinks, I don't know, I might focus on them in the last half of the year. So once we get to sort of like June, July, start trying to focus in on these two shades and trying to hit pan on those. But yeah, I'm quite happy with my progress. So we have hit pan this month. Last month this weighed 38.46 grams and now weighs 38.35 grams, so 0.11 of a gram. So I'm very, very happy with that. So that is my update for Pan That palette for this month. We've hit 3 pans across the 2 palettes and I couldn't be more excited. I am so, so happy. I think my focus for next month is going to be to try and hit pan on this gold shade. I think that's easily doable. I have quite a dip going in this little corner here. And I want to see how much of this I could also get used up and extend the pan in these 2 shades. And I want to try and focus on these 2 bronzes as well, for eye looks as well. So yeah, definitely want to try and focus in on this for the next month and try and get another pan hit and widen the pans on the other 3 shades that already have pan. And for my Storm palette, I think my focus is going to be to just to widen the pans on these 2 shades primarily, possibly with this green as well. But yeah, that's the focus for the palettes for next month. So that is it. That is my update for PANtastic Ladies Pan That palette theme. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!